Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Grand Austria Hotel. If you've watched my other video, you'll have an idea of how the game plays. So I've set the game up as a two-player game. In the two-player game, we use these markers. They are marked on the back as 2 players, and that tells us the player order. On each round, we will trade which marker each person has. So this player, yellow, will take the first turn, or first choice of dice, then blue will take second and third, and then yellow will take the fourth. Yellow has selected to start with one of his 3 rooms up in the second level rather than down on the bottom level, so that's cost him 1 money, so he starts at 9 money instead of 10. Blue is selecting to go with all 3 on the bottom row, so he starts with a full 10. Blue has also chosen this guy, so it's a red room guy. That will enable him to then take another cafe guest in for free once he fulfills that with a white cube, which he could probably do really quickly. And yellow has chosen this guy that can go into any of the rooms and needs a brown and red, which he can also do quickly, and it allows him to get more workers into his hand to choose from to be able to employ later. So really quickly, the politics card, we're looking for 10 on the Emperor line. We're looking for 6 groups of rooms to be completely occupied, and we're looking for 4 red and 3 yellow to all be occupied at the same time in order to get those points from the politics cards. And the Emperor is going to be worth some money potentially on the first Emperor scoring, and I won't worry about the others, of course that'll bore you at the moment. We'll look at the employee cards when that comes up, so let's get into it. Yellow is first player, so he starts by rolling all of the dice. So now that the dice are rolled, yellow's first thing that he'll do is take an extra guest from the list of guests available, and he likes the look of that 7 points. So that guest just comes onto the bottom of his card. He now needs to get a whole bunch of wine to be able to fulfill that. So from the outset, he might choose to grab the 2 wine that are available. So he removes one of them. He's going to actually take 2 red and put them straight down onto the guest. So when you collect resources or food or drink, they can go straight onto a guest if there's a guest available to take them. Yellow will take this opportunity to spend 1 money to fulfill his card. He'll also move that one down. Of course, you can move down 3 cubes with 1 money. So he'll move 2 of them down. That fulfills this one, which enables him to take 2 more employee cards from that deck. So I'll have a look at them in a moment. And that gets him 7 points. He also then goes into one of the yellow rooms available, so he'll flick that one across. Now it's blue's turn, and blue's going to take this one. They'll move down, we refill the line. Okay, blue will also take a wine or a red, and that can go straight onto that guest. He will spend 1 money to bring down those 2. Since he's fulfilled that, he's able to hire one of his guys for 3 money less, and he gets a white cube. So he's going to bring his white cube in onto the other guest. I'll deal with this first. Hire one of these guys for 3 money less. So what do? This one enables him to take any guest from the line without having to pay. So it means that the guy that costs 3 money, the first one in, he could get for free every time. This one gets him 1 extra money every time a guest fills a room, so that might be a worthwhile one to take as well. This one's a one-off that allows him to fulfill 1 table for free, and that'll sit there until he decides to use it. This again is a one-off that gives him 4 extra white. This one is an endgame scoring, which allows you to copy another player's staff card for endgame scoring, so it might be worthwhile to play later. And this is also an endgame scoring where you'll get 5 points for every completely occupied floor in your building. So it's, if you could fill up your entire building, it'd be worth 20 points. It's hard to fill up the whole building, but that might be worth some points at the end. For the moment, I think it's probably most valuable to fulfill this one or to hire this guy. So he goes down next to my board. I've done that for 3 money less, so I get to only spend 2 money to do that. I've taken my white cube in. He's worth no points, but it fills my yellow room. This guy's now also complete. Notice also no points for him, but he gets me another guest for free and goes into my red room. So I'll fill that one up, and I'm going to bring this guy in. Okay, it is number 3's turn, which is this guy again. And he's going to pass. He can't see anything that he actually wants to do, so he'll leave that for the moment. which puts it back over to Green's turn. Green will take a new guy in. He might grab that one because that was free. And there's a blue room open there for him to be able to use. Okay, and he's going to use that 5. He can hire up to 5 guys. He probably won't be able to afford to hire 5 guys, but he can. Let's have a look and see what his cards do. This one allows him to, whenever he plays the number 5, to get 2 extra Emperor points. That'd be really valuable for him. This one gets him 2 extra money whenever he plays a 5. This one costs 6 money, but if 1 extra cake, it's a one-off. That's 1 extra coffee as a one-off. That's 1 extra strudel as a one-off. It's got a lot of those ones. This one's endgame scoring. You get 2 extra points for every group of rooms that are occupied. This one means you can build blue rooms into your hotel, or should I say prepare blue rooms into your hotel for no money. This one gets you 4 points every time you use the number 4 dice. He really likes this one, and you can see that he's got some -1 things coming up. So he's only going to hire 1 guy, even though he's able to hire 5. He's only going to hire 1 guy for 2 money, and it'll be that guy, and that will be 1, 2 money. Okay, since the other player passed, he now trashes 1 of the dice and rolls the rest of them. Looking at what it has, he might use the 4. He can spend 1 money and count that as if it's 3. You can only use that once in each turn. So I couldn't add 5 money and pretend that I've added 5 dice to it. So I've added 1 extra dice, so that's actually worth 3, and he's going to push himself forward on the Emperor track. Okay, that's the end of the first round. All of these dice would then go back up and get rolled again. These 2 markers swap hands, so this player is now first player, and then we continue on. At the end of the round, so I'm just going to jump forward now because I'm going to finish up the playthrough so you can get a feel for where the scores are. The Emperor would do a scoring there, there and there. If this was the state of the board at the moment, when we got to an Emperor scoring round, blue would gain 3 points, yellow would gain none because he's on the 0 line. Then we take 3 away from each of them, which pushes blue back down to the bottom. Both of them would take the hit of 3 money or 5 points. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because they didn't impress the Emperor. If they had been up in the yellow spot, they would have got 3 money. Then if we jump to the end of the game for scoring, you would score any points that came with these cards, so the endgame scoring bonuses. You would score points. This player would score 1 point for having that room occupied. So yellow would get 1 more point. None of them have those endgame scoring bonuses down, so we don't worry about that. You would get 1 point for every money and unused food. So yellow would get 1, 2, plus 3, so we'd get another 5 points. Blue would get 3 plus these 2 foods, so it's another 5 points as well. And then they would lose 5 points for every guest still unfed in their cafe. And that can be a real hit. So it loses 10 points because he's got 2 guys, and he would lose 5 points. So they both come back to 3 points. Obviously, we've just had 1 round, so people aren't prepared for that. But that's kind of where the scoring goes at the end of the game. I hope this helps you get Grand Austria Hotel to the table. I hope it gives you a better idea of how the game plays. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.